This is a Sears Silvertone radio. Catalog number 2015. It's brown. Bakelite brown. This is a 6-tube radio, similar to the All-American 5-tube radios. It did not come with a back cover. It came with this nice schematic. Chassis number 132021. Looks like it's in good shape. Turned it on. It doesn't turn on. It doesn't work. So I'm going to get into it and see what's wrong with it. Do a restore on this. So looking in the radio, right away we see one problem. The 0.05 capacitor. It is blown apart. Can be a common problem with these old capacitors. Those are the wax capacitors. And it goes across the power line. And C5, that's 0.05, and effectively goes across the power line. There we go. So that capacitor is blown, and this 150 ohm is blown as well. And that is right there. That one blew apart. So those are two common things, that capacitor and that 150 ohm resistor. Okay, so far I replaced this capacitor, 80 microfarads and 50 microfarads. I replaced it with these two. I was able to fit these two capacitors in. 120 microfarad, and that's what I had. 80 microfarad at 200 volts. And there's the new 0.05 capacitor goes across the power line. Replaces the one that was blown before. And surprisingly enough, these capacitors, these brown ones, they're good. I'm not going to leave them in there. I will take them out as soon as I get some other ones. The carbon resistors were good. All of them were within tolerance. Oh yeah, I replaced this 150 ohm, so that's done. Another problem we had on this one is a burnout filament. It's a 35 Z5. I have another one, so I will put that in this radio. So now I've got 35 Z5, the new one. I'll check some voltages now. So the schematic there says all voltage is taken with 117 volts AC line. Got all these components replaced, the original 35 Z5 back in the circuit. So we're looking at 119 volts, 2 volts higher than I need to be. Check the voltage across these capacitors. There's that 1K resistor in there too, between the caps, and it should be like 120 volts. There it is, 120, because our line voltage is a little high. So all the voltages look really good on this, pretty close. I've replaced the 12SA7, got another one that's new old stock, and the radio is finished. It's looking pretty good. This was the old 12SA7. It's bad. I had no idea. I used a 12BE6 in my homemade converter socket, and that determined the problem. And well, here it is. It's finished. Put it all back together, and it sounds really good.
We'll talk about slavery 150 years ago. This is happening today. I mean, you can free